Okay, so what I dealt with too. See, when I do something, I'm a very extreme person. I'm sure you guys have all figured that out by now. So when I do something, when I commit to something, I fucking go at it full balls. So for me to be able to back up, to know that I have put out there about what I was doing with this fasting and going off of food, and then to be able to rein it back and understand that there are underlying things that I'm dealing with that need to be taken care of prior to being able to make those breakthroughs in my fasting. That shows a huge amount of growth that I've made in this healing. This all comes back to the breathing, remaining calm. It comes back to the forgiving myself. It comes back to allowing myself to be able to change my mind, to be able to reassess things. Whereas before, it would have eaten me up that I quit that 6 day fast and then, didn't go straight back into another long fast. So this is showing huge growth. You guys may not see it, but I see it in myself. And this is allowing me, by doing these things and being so honest with myself and not being hard on myself and being understanding and loving towards myself, is allowing me it's allowing me to see how these mechanisms of control work. Because not only are we we're dealing with these mechanisms of control that were placed upon us and these programs placed upon us at birth and on. But when we're trying to break them, for me anyways, one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing, is realizing the mechanism of controls that I myself was operating under out of free will, right? And by that, I mean, again, instead of being hard on myself, instead of punishing myself and possibly hurting myself very bad by continuing this extreme fasting, I've been able to reassess. I've been able to sit back. I've been able to calm down, calmly figure out through my reasoning and very quickly assess what the underlying issues are and start tackling them. Also, by pushing that fasting, see, I had been telling my son, I was like, because I was still getting very emotional and about, my abuse and about these things. I was getting very easily triggered. And come to find out, a lot of that is being caused by the parasites. They control your emotion. They can control your emotions, your brain function. So this was a huge puzzle piece that I'm fitting in right now to this whole thing. And to be able to do this is absolutely huge to me, guys. And it's necessary because those of us, especially those of us with severe childhood trauma and abuse, we deal with anxiety to the point where I had anxiety my whole life and I never knew what anxiety was or what it felt like until it was giving me such bad panic attacks. I thought I was having a heart attack, 10 years ago when I had my first major brain injury. So what I'm trying to say is, like, we who have been severely abused in these ways as children live with so much anxiety that 90% of the time you don't even realize that you're anxious because it became just a normal state of being. So, fight or flight and survival mode was just was normal. You didn't know anything else. And what I'm trying to do is, with my channel from here on out, is give people a safe space. I want people to know that they aren't going to be judged when they speak about their abuse. I want people to know that they're finally going to be heard, that they're not going to be called names, they're not going to be called crazy, they're not going to be denied their truth. Because that's what happens to us, guys. That's what happens. That's how this abuse continues, is by people refusing to acknowledge what is right in front of them and continuing to follow the illusion, continuing to follow the manipulations and lies and fantasies that we've built our lives around. So it's extremely important to have this safe space in order to be able to heal, because it's impossible to heal without this safe space, guys. It is absolutely impossible, because we are stuck in fight or flight. We are stuck in survival mode, and we will deny. We will, it's like there's a veil over us that we cannot see through. And the only way to lift that veil is to have that safe space around you. But I want to be that safe space for other people. I want my channel to be that safe space for other people to be able to speak up about their abuse. No matter how crazy they think they are, or how many times in their life they've been told, oh, that's nothing. Oh, you're just complaining about you should just be happy. Oh, your parents did the best they could. You're just a whiner. You just need to man up. No, we're getting rid of all that shit, guys, because that is the shit that keeps us entrapped in this hamster wheel of slavery. Okay? What we are doing is we are going to recognize and then speak, and then move on from there. We're going to heal, because with this, when you speak this, your abuse out loud, it starts your healing process. As soon as you start speaking your abuse out loud, you have now taken the power away from your abusers who have abused you since the day you were born and told you were crazy and told you to shut up and told you your story didn't matter, told you your story wasn't true. You are finally taking that power back from these narcissistic abusers, okay? And again, these people, that's all they know. They are in survival mode. They are in fight or flight. They are in programming that requires them to defend tooth and nail every action they take, because if they don't, their house of cards come falling down, and they have to face their shit. And it's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you have to go to work every day, especially when you're just barely making, especially when you got kids, especially when you got a wife, especially when you got all this stress that never goes anywhere, that just it constantly sits there, and you're waiting for a 20-year plan of retirement, that you're barely even making it through the day as it is now, and you plan on 20 years from now, everything's going to be better. You guys live in fantasy land, okay? That's called fantasy. That's called an illusion. That is abusive. You are abusing yourself when you are sitting with yourself on a 20-year plan and your life is miserable. So what we are doing is we are taking action now, guys, because now is the time to take action. When is the time to take action? Right fucking now. The time for being quiet, being silent, holding your breath, getting along to go along, all that shit, that time is over. That is for the weak, slave-minded individual. If you want to be a weak, slave-minded individual, then you are the number one consumer. You are American-made, baby. If you are consuming without question, you are the number one consumer. You are the number one reason why this slavery systems keep on churning out slaves, keep on churning out this abuse, keep on crushing souls, because of your participation. You guys are participating in the whole medical industry. Guys, all of these are industries. The food industry, the health industry, they are all industries. What is the definition of an industry? An industry is based around economics, guys. It's not based around your health. It is not based around your well-being. It is not based around what's best for your soul. It's not based around, your longevity. It is based on and just keeping you alive enough to keep you at work, keep you enslaved, keep you on pills, keep you needing, keep you knowing that shit's fucked up, but that you're so powerless you can't do anything about it. That's what we're breaking. We're breaking the spells. We're breaking the magical spells, the programming, the hoodwinking, the bullshit, the fucking brainwashing that has been placed on us, guys. That is what we're breaking through by doing this healing and facing our shit. Because the only thing you can control is yourself. If you can't even control your mental processes, and every time you think about something, you're like, oh yeah, the world's fucked up. What can I do? Woo, give me a beer. Woo, give me food. Woo, give me another dopamine hit. Woo, dopamine hit. Woo. You guys are getting nowhere. And you idiots praying to all these fucking invisible gods, you are fucking the biggest goddamn morons. If that isn't the biggest sign to show you that you guys live in fucking fantasy land, I don't know what is. You guys pray to a God that you say created this wonderful world where there's billions of slaves, billions of people suffering, and you guys are the top end consumers. You guys are the top end consumers. You guys don't even see the slavery that goes in to pick your blueberries you get from the store. You don't see the slavery that goes in to pick all of these foods that you guys eat. You guys don't even see the nasty, disgusting chemicals, the process, the poisons that they're putting in all of this shit. You guys don't even see the hoodwinking they're putting over on you guys. You guys don't even see that your phones, you could care less that your phones are made by slaves. It doesn't even matter to you. You guys don't even matter. You guys can't wait till the newest phone comes out, the newest technology. You guys eat it up. Because it's all about you. Don't you see this all revolves around selfishness? And the only reason this stuff keeps on perpetuating is because you guys keep on consuming. You guys are the end consumer. You guys are the reason why any of this shit exists. The sooner we start all pulling out of this shit together, the sooner all of these systems just will crumble. All of them. All of them. And of course, you guys are so fucking slave-minded. You're like, oh, what are we gonna do? Live in huts with no electricity and eat fucking tree bark? And then you go back to work in your slave system. You guys are fools. You guys are fools. It's time for you to man up, woman up, and face your shit. If you got kids, you got to do it for your fucking kids, you fucking abusive pieces of shit. If not, you need to do it for yourself. You need to do it for yourself first. You have to. You guys don't even know what love is because you don't love yourselves. You are still abusing your bodies with all these dopamine hits. You are still refusing to face your shit and heal yourself for yourself because you'd rather just stay distracted with the TV, with your programming, with your fucking stupid ass whatever you guys are into that takes your mind off the reality of the trauma and abuse that you've been through your whole lives and that you've perpetuated on other people. And until you guys face this shit, it's never going to change. You guys are just trading it. Okay, great. So you quit processed food and now you're buying fucking all natural food at the grocery store. Where does that come from, guys? Where does that come from? You know that these South American countries where they're growing half this shit, that they have taken the water rights. These big companies have taken the water rights from the townspeople. These people are drinking their own fucking shit water. It's disgusting because of your consumerism. And they interview these fucking business owners. They don't care. They're like, oh, well, the people need to take care of themselves. That's their problem. I have the government gave me these water rights to be able to do this. And I'm shipping these healthy foods all over the world to all these people. Guys, you are an end consumer. They got you slaving away at 9-to-5 slavery jobs, just making enough so you can buy those dopamine hits that are enslaving people all over the world. And you guys don't give a fuck. You think it's a goddamn joke. You think I'm a fucking idiot for even mentioning it. That's how lost in your slavery think you guys are. It's time to wake up. Face your shit.